Hello and welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Hanny.
So it's come down to this, fight fans, the third and final part of the Stories and Fables unit. It's time for the Chinese New Year showdown. In this corner, we have Nian, the giant monster lion with a scary-looking horn growing out of his head. He eats farm crops. He eats farm animals. He eats farm people, and he eats farms, and he saves the villages for dessert. Yes, he's scary. And then over in this corner, we have an old man with some signs on red paper. I don't know, Hanny.
He's got a long white beard.
And a long white beard. I'm not feeling too good about this fight here.
Well, sure, Mike, when you put it that way and make it sound like a boxing match, yes, I can see that the hero of our story, the old man, doesn't have much of a chance when fighting against the size and strength and power of a monster like Nian. But does it have to be a battle of strength and power? What if the old man turns it into a battle of wit and intelligence? He might have a very good chance of beating Nian in that case, don't you think?
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. We have read over the last 2 days that Nian is big and scary and all that, but it never actually said that Nian was smart.
Right.
We never saw Nian reading any books or anything like that after he ate all those people, did we? Okay, I see your point. Maybe the man has a fighting chance after all.
Exactly. Have some faith, Mike.
Okay.
But the only way to really find out what happens is to start reading today's story. And we will do exactly that right after we learn all about the new vocabulary for the day. Let's do that now. 好，我们今天要来看年兽故事的结局咯。我们前一天读到年兽在门口看到红色门帘，他一动都不敢动。那突然间四处都是蹦蹦蹦的声音，空中伴随着许多小火花。那我们单字 tiny 就是用来形容极小的、微小的、很小的，它是形容词。例如 There's a tiny little hole in the wall.There's a tiny little hole in the wall. 墙壁上有一个很小很小的洞。好，那故事写到说，接着那一名陌生人就出现了，他穿着一身红，点燃更多的鞭炮，然后年兽就被吓跑了。那么当村民回到村庄时，看到那位陌生人，他毫发无伤，都很惊讶，于是就要他分享秘诀。这边有3个单字 return 在课文里面是当动词，表示返回。例如When will they return from their vacation? When will they return from their vacation? 他们去度假，什么时候会回来呢？下一个单字 hurt 在这边是当形容词来描述受伤的，像是 Luckily, nobody was hurt in the accident. Luckily, nobody was hurt in the accident. 幸运的是，在那一场意外事故中，没有人受伤。最后一个单字 secret 在课文里面是当名词，表示秘密、秘诀或是诀窍，像是 The actress shared her beauty secrets with her fans. The actress shared her beauty secret with her fans. 那位女演员和粉丝们分享她美容秘诀。好，那现在看完单字例句，我们来读故事吧。All of a sudden, there were loud bangs everywhere.There were also lots of tiny fires in the air. Then the stranger appeared. He was in all red, and he was lighting more firecrackers. Explanation 1.Okay,
so it's the story of Nian. It's part 3, and it's time to settle things once and for all. Now remember, the old man had just stopped Nian from entering the house by using what seemed to be the magic power of 3 red banners. We're not sure what they said, but these red banners seem to have an amazing effect on Nian. This is good for the old man, we think.
Yep, 如果是比身体力量，那么老人应该会输给年兽。可是如果是斗志，那可能就不一定咯。我们要对老人有信心。那补充一下，我们在开场时用到几个名词 ，battle 就是指战役、战斗，那么 strength 是力量。Intelligence 是智能智力，还有 wit 表示机智，还有我们说 have faith， 这个 faith 就是信心、信任的意思。Okay, let's get into the article and find out what happens next. The first sentence for today tells us, all of a sudden, there were loud bangs everywhere.
Wow, action, excitement. Does the old man have big guns, pew, 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 that he's shooting at Nian? Is he a one-man army? Well, we'll find out after Daphne tells us all about the first grammar point for the day, which we saw in our opening sentence. Pew, 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 pew.
大家好，我是 Daphne。今天的第一则文法是 all of a sudden， 意思是突然间、一下子，是副词片语，相当于 suddenly。使用的时候，通常摆在句子的开头或者是尾巴。例如 ，The earthquake hit all of a sudden， 突然间地震了。
So, bang, 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 pew, pew, pew. All of a sudden, loud sounds are filling the air. Nian is definitely surprised, probably confused, and maybe even a little bit scared. All this sound, all this noise. So this is good for the old man who is trying to scare off the monster. But what else does our hero have up his sleeve? What other tricks does he have planned to fight Nian with?
Well, along with the loud noises, we also read there were also lots of tiny fires in the air.
Flash, 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 bang, bang, bang.
That's right. 故事写到说，突然间到处都是蹦蹦蹦的声音，然后空中还有很多小火花。看来那位陌生人应该是利用鞭炮来吓走年兽吧。那么 bang 这个字就可以指蹦蹦蹦那种声音。那么 firecracker 是指鞭炮，而 Mike 老师刚刚说到一个片语是 have 什么什么 up one's sleeve， 是指说暗中留一手，藏有锦囊妙计的意思。Well, loud noises, tiny fires. Sounds like he's using firecrackers to me. The old man is just throwing them around, and this must be really scary for an animal like Nian who has never experienced this before.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Animals, even monsters, generally don't like firecrackers, so do be careful when you are using them, even if they are scary animals like Nian. So, Nian is suddenly very worried about what will happen next, and this is the moment when the old man makes his big appearance. The next sentence tells us, then the stranger appeared. Mwahaha! Nian, I have come for your soul! Ha 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 ha! Or something like that.
Okay, that would definitely help, but it was also how the old man was dressed that added to the fear factor. As we reach our break, the next sentence tells us when the old man was wearing, what the old man was wearing. It says he was all in red and he was lighting more firecrackers. He must have looked like some kind of god from hell or something equally scary. I think I would have run away from him.
And I would have been running right behind you, pushing you behind me, trying to go faster than you were going. Okay, folks, well, we have to take that break that Hanny just mentioned, but before we go and do that, let's learn about the second grammar point of the day from our good friend Daphne. I'd be like, get out of my way.
第二则文法是 He was in all red， 意思是他穿着一身红色装扮。in 是介系词，意思是穿着。使用时后方接颜色名词，意思是穿着某颜色的衣服。颜色前方可以用形容词 all 全部修饰，表示一身某颜色的装扮。例如 The dancer was in all black， 舞者穿的一身黑。
Okay, it's break time. Let's pause here and then we'll come back to find out exactly how this exciting fight finally ends.
That scared Nian to death, and it ran away. When the villagers returned, They saw that the stranger wasn't hurt. They asked him to share his secret, and he did. The villagers copied the stranger's actions year after year, and Nian never returned. Today, people celebrate Chinese New Year the same way. Explanation 2.
So the old man, he's wearing his red clothes, he's throwing his firecrackers around, and he's scaring the poop out of Nian. Ha ha! Not such a tough monster are you now, Mr. Nian?
And you see, Mike, the old man didn't have to lift a finger, swing a sword, or shoot a bullet to beat Nian. He just used his brain.
All right, yeah, I admit it. It didn't take a super strong hero like The Rock to beat this monster. Just a wise old man with a pocket full of firecrackers and a red coat. And so you're asking, did it work? Did the old man scare the monster away? Well, in a word, yes.
As we read next, that scared Nian to death and it ran away.
Victory!
Yay! A clear victory and also a chance to have Daphne tell us about our final grammar point of the day.
Daphne! Grammar!
Yay!
第三则文法是 A scares B to death， 意思是 A 把 B 吓死了。Scare 是及物动词，意思是惊吓、害怕。To death 是程度副词，意思是到了死亡的程度。A scares B to death 就是 A 把 B 吓死了，为夸饰用法。例如 The bad news scared Chloe to death， 这则坏消息把 Chloe 吓死了。
So, instead of the villagers running to the hills to get away from Nian, poor Nian is running to the hills to get away from this noisy old man and all his firecrackers. The old man has saved the village, the villagers, their farms, and, well, everyone. He's an honest-to-goodness hero. What a guy. And so we read, when the villagers returned, they saw that the stranger wasn't hurt, so he was perfectly fine. He probably just smelled like smoke.
Well, a small price to pay. And of course, the villagers wanted to know what happened. As it says, they asked him to share his secret. And he did. The villagers also probably expected that the man was a powerful warrior who beat Nian with a sword or something, but he just told them that he used his intelligence and few little firecrackers. 好，村民们也许认为陌生人是个厉害的战士，但他不用剑啊子弹就可以打败年兽了。我们补充一下 ，warrior 是指战士，那么 sword 表示剑 ，bullet 子弹，还有文中用到 villager 表示村民。
I said it before, what a guy. And from then on, the villagers wouldn't be letting that silly old Nian come around anymore to bother them or their chickens or whatever. They just bought a huge box of firecrackers, like the most firecrackers you could possibly imagine. And then they got to work. We read, the villagers copied the stranger's actions year after year, and Nian never returned. Wow. What a guy.
And what a village.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's why we shoot off firecrackers, wear red clothes, and hang red banners at Chinese New Year. As it says in the final sentence of our story, today, people celebrate Chinese New Year the same way. Cool.
Super cool. But wait a minute. What about the other really popular Chinese New Year tradition? What about red envelopes? There were no red envelopes in our story.
Did the villagers give red envelopes to the stranger, perhaps?
Oh.
To thank him?
Okay,
Maybe.
Yeah, that's possibly why. Anyways, that's all the time we have, guys. Thanks for joining us, and a very happy Chinese New Year to you all. And be careful with those firecrackers. Try to only shoot them near monsters.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The story of Nian. All of a sudden, there were loud bangs everywhere. There were also lots of tiny fires in the air. Then the stranger appeared. He was in all red, and he was lighting more firecrackers. That scared Nian to death, and it ran away. When the villagers returned, they saw that the stranger wasn't hurt. They asked him to share his secret, and he did. The villagers copied the stranger's actions year after year, and Nian never returned. Today, people celebrate Chinese New Year the same way.
Shh! Don't make too much noise. I don't want the snow monkeys to hear us. My job is to study the monkeys. Snow monkeys have brown-gray fur, red faces, and short tails. During their leisure time, they groom each other to keep clean. They pick out fleas and insects from each other's fur. Snow monkeys live in northern Japan where it is very cold. They are smart and know how to have fun. They make snowballs and like to take baths together in hot springs. Although they're called snow monkeys, the same type of monkey lives in the warm parts of Japan too. At the moment, there are lots of macaques. However, some people are worried that they are in danger. It is because the forests they live in are being cut down. Macaques don't mind people too much though. They are happy to steal my food some days.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 又到我们1分钟的单元喽。那我们今天是用1分钟的时间来复习单字，同学们您都准备好没？好，1分钟计时，开始。第一个单字是形容极小的、微小的、非常小的，这字叫什么 ？Tiny。Hummingbirds are tiny birds. 蜂鸟 hummingbirds 它们是体型很小的鸟，听说它们的蛋呢才跟咖啡豆的大小一样，超小的。第二单字是返回，回到哪里？这字也可以表达像还书、还东西那个还。好，这字叫做 return。The missing child has returned home safely. 那位走失的小孩安全回到家了。第三单字呢，它当形容词来形容受伤的，这个字叫做 hurt。Ron was badly hurt in a car accident. Ron 在一场车祸事故中伤得很严重。好，第四个单字它可以形容是秘密的，也可以当名词来表达秘密，或是指诀窍。这字叫做 secret。好，那我们现在用名词造句哦。All your selfies look great. What's your secret? 哇，你的自拍每张看起来都很好看耶，用什么秘诀？你有什么秘诀呢？就用滤镜，用美肌呀。好啦，不管怎么样，我已经复习完4个单字了，同学们表现很棒哦，记得要多多复习，多多造句练习。我们下次见了，拜拜。
See you next time.